Hi, and welcome to The Broken Open. I am Iris, and before we dive into today's topic, it is highly important for me to remind you. Because of privacy, I choose to keep my identity and my face hidden. But I need you to know this. Behind this artificial voice and behind this screen is a real woman. I am a 50-year-old psychotherapist, married for over 20 years, and a mother of 3. And for 7 years of my life, I actively lived the non-monogamous practice. Everything you will hear on this channel comes from that intersection of professional knowledge and deep personal reality. You are not listening to a robot. You are listening to a lived experience. If this content touches you, please consider subscribing and sharing. Let's begin. Imagine that for your entire life, you have been driving on a massive highway. A predictable, well-lit interstate. There are clear rules, speed limits, traffic lights, and organized exit signs. Everyone around you is driving in the exact same direction, following the exact same lanes. This highway is monogamy. It's what society paved for us. And because it has lines, rules, and a clear structure, your nervous system experiences a certain automatic sense of order and safety on it. Even when it's boring, it is deeply predictable. But then, one day, you and your partner decide to change course. You make a conscious, intentional choice. You turn the steering wheel sharply to the side, and you veer off the paved road. Suddenly, you find yourself on a rough, unpaved dirt path. Look around you on this new path. There are no traffic lights here, no signs, no painted lanes. There is no police to enforce order, no map to show you where this road ends, and absolutely no pre-written rules. Intellectually, you chose this adventure. You wanted this freedom. Your mind is excited by the open landscape and the philosophy of open love. But what about your body? When you suddenly throw your vehicle into the complete unknown, your body doesn't experience freedom right away. Your hands grip the steering wheel until your knuckles turn white. Your heart rate spikes. Your eyes strain in the darkness, nervously looking for danger. And this is the exact psychological gap we need to untangle today. The massive, painful clash between what your modern mind thinks it should feel on this new road and how your ancient biological body actually responds to the bumps. Let's look at how this journey often begins. In the preparation phase, everything happens in the mind. It is filled with beautiful, deep conversations, intellectual excitement, and a sense of shared growth. You read the books, you listen to the podcasts, and logically, you agree on everything. And during this preparation, you meet a specific term. A concept that was actually coined back in 1985 by a utopian commune in San Francisco called charista. They invented a word to describe the ultimate peak of emotional and spiritual maturity: compersion. Compersion is described as the exact opposite of jealousy. It is the idea that you can, and should, experience a sense of pure joy, pleasure, or emotional celebration purely from knowing that your partner is experiencing love, attraction, or pleasure with another person. In modern terms, it's the pressure to feel absolute compersion, to genuinely celebrate and feel excited for their romantic departure. In modern alternative spaces, this beautiful feeling has been transformed into a toxic myth, a strict social expectation. The myth tells you, if you are truly evolved and secure, you will feel compersion. If you feel jealousy or dread, you are simply unhealed. So you prepare your mind. You tell yourself you are ready to celebrate their joy. And then, the reality hits. The night arrives. Your partner gets dressed, puts on perfume, and walks out the door for their first real date. The door closes. And suddenly, the intellectual theories you read in those books completely dissolve into thin air. Your mind tries to hold on to the concept of compersion, but your body is screaming. all your psychological defense mechanisms shoot up like steel walls in a split second. What you are experiencing in that moment on the couch is not a lack of love or a lack of generosity. It is a biological state of alarm. Our modern minds live in the 21st century, capable of understanding complex philosophical ideas about freedom. But our nervous systems and our physical bodies are still evolutionary ancient. To your subconscious survival brain, your partner is your primary attachment figure. They are your anchor of safety in a dangerous world. When that anchor turns its romantic or sexual energy outward, your ancient brain doesn't see growth. It sees an immediate, existential threat of abandonment. Instantly, your sympathetic nervous system takes over without asking for your permission. It floods your body with adrenaline and cortisol. Your heart races, your chest tightens, you feel a deep nausea in your stomach, and your muscles lock up. To protect you from this intense terror, your psychological defenses rise. The body activates its primal survival loops. Fight, which makes you feel sudden anger, bitterness, or the urge to criticize. Flight, which makes you want to emotionally numb yourself, withdraw, and shut down. Or freeze, leaving you completely paralyzed and unable to focus on a single task. And this is where the modern New Age narrative does a terrible, painful injustice to human nature. We live in a culture of extreme hyper-individualism masked as self-awareness. It tells you that you are supposed to be a completely self-contained island. It claims that if you need validation, constant safety, or physical reassurance from your partner to stay regulated, you are codependent, childish, or spiritually immature. The spiritual community looks at your pain and says, "This is your trigger. It's your work. Go fix your childhood trauma alone in a room and come back when you are whole." But this demand completely erases our biology. As human beings, we are neurobiologically wired for co-regulation. As Dr. Stephen Porges explains in the polyvagal theory, our nervous systems have an involuntary mechanism called neuroception. It constantly scans our environment, asking, "Am I safe with this person, or am I in danger?" Our sense of true calm, openness, and emotional safety is physically triggered and maintained through the safe presence, the touch, the eye contact, and the vocal tone of our partner. Co-regulation is a literal, measurable, biological need. It is not a psychological weakness or a flaw. It is as real and necessary as water and oxygen. To expect yourself to sit alone on a bumpy dirt road with no signs and no maps, experiencing a primal attachment panic, while forcing yourself to feel joyful for your partner's romance, is biologically unnatural. When the culture tells you, "This is your trigger, deal with it yourself," they forget one ultimate truth. Wounds that were created in connection can only truly heal in connection. If you are navigating this transition and you feel like a failure because you cannot find that mythical compersion, please hear me. Your body is not broken. Your nervous system is just being beautifully, fiercely human. It takes time, a lot of time, if ever, for the body to learn that this new road is safe. Thank you for being here with me today at The Broken Open. Until next time, take care of your heart.